Oh, Sosa scared. Welcome in, everybody, as Sosa ran off camera because I guess he's going to church today. Wednesday's episode of Daily Bread coming at you live right at 12:30 on the East Coast, 9:30 on the West Coast for you. So the perfect lunch break right when you got into work for your plays, best bets of the day for 420 coming up in the Premier League, MLB, and the NBA playoffs. This show is powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be hitting up that at the bottom to be getting the best bets of the day from four handicappers. Easy as that. Just send them a DM there. We are live on Twitter at Daily Bread Media. If you're watching us there, we still can't feature your comments, but thank you. We appreciate it. Hit that like, hit that retweet button there, and follow us if you already aren't. And then YouTube, the number one spot to be. Give today's episode a like. Give us a subscribe if you already aren't. Our man Jay Reach, who's in the comments every day now, fellow Pels fan, 1-1 back to the crib. We'll definitely be getting to that. And then you can do exactly what Joseph's doing. Put your predictions or best bets. He likes Tatum for a 40-piece incoming. Man, that'd be a nice price on that one. And we got the best chat out there. We appreciate you tapping in with us and all of you who tapped in with us live yesterday because we did go bright and early. The winners were still there. But Sosa, how are you doing? That was a lot of talking while you tried to fight Mother Nature in the sun. Doesn't look like you won.
Oh man, I'm feeling great, man. I'm, enjoying the holidays. Nice shirt.
Yeah, man. You told me I couldn't wear my Grateful Dead T-shirt, so I had to go back to the
Yeah,
Bob Marley
I will
Iron.
never hang out with you if I ever see you wearing. You could never wear that around me, ever.
July 10th, Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm good. Man, yesterday, good day. You know what I mean, Mr. Nerfy. Dog, listen, worst bad beat in the history of bad beats yesterday with that Nerfy. Drop a can of corn, pop fly, and on that was unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. Like that was
Jer's rocking that one with you as well. You got through it clean, even an unrun run is the one that got you there. Unearned run. There you go. Words are hard today.
They got two of them though. They scored twice because they thought that the Yankees thought the inning was over. So they just were running the bases and they ended up scoring 2 runs on it. So it is what it is. Right back on them today. But yeah, that's just an absolute just a skeezer of a fucking beat, bro. Holy shit.
Let's recap NBA real quick. 2 minutes, and then we'll break into our 3 different best bets of the day. Heat Hawks, really not much to say there. Trey can't hit shit from 3 right now. I think he's 2 for 16 in the series. Maybe getting back home, we'll get them a game, but it ain't looking too hot. Anything else you want to say on that one?
Not really. But I'm not going to put a ton of stock into Miami. I still think Miami will probably win the series, but I think that Atlanta will offer some level of opposition when they get home. I think it's a bit premature to call it a series, even though Miami has looked like the more dominant team here to go with what we see.
2 for 23. Sorry, not 2 for 16 from deep. Grizz, biggest win, playoff history for them. Shout out to the Grizz. They took care of business. I was scared with that minus 140 series price we locked in because I just hated that juice. Wasn't scared about the Grizz. That made me feel a lot better.
I don't believe it was the biggest win in the history of the franchise, though.
For the playoffs.
I wouldn't say that.
It was 28 points. It was.
Oh no, biggest win. I thought you meant like as far as
point total. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like in the history, like most significant. When it comes to you with numbers, I'm not ever questioning that.
I was about to say, don't prove a second rec stat wrong off the shelf.
Just let's get that out the way. I wasn't challenging you. I thought it was from like a standpoint of like significance for the franchise. Yeah, I mean, it went the way we said it would. John Moran took care of business. They realized that Adams is unplayable, so they put his ass on the bench and they took care of business. Pretty simple.
Then what about the shocker of the night?
We got to talk about those pals, man. I get on the internet a lot, obviously, and I see people disrespecting. I see a lot of people that disrespect Brandon Ingram, and I don't like it. Brandon Ingram's a superstar in this league. He's just had to find his way because he was been placed in fucked up situations since the day he came in the league. Got traded from LA. He would have developed just as good in LA. The thing is that he wasn't given a fair shake to do that. And now that he actually came, has come to is in New Orleans. He's a fixture there. He's an all-star caliber player. The only reason why people don't like Brandon Ingram is because he doesn't jack three-pointers like the new age players that everybody have came to love. But he's become an efficient scorer. He gets to the line. He makes his teammates better. He rebounds the ball, and he's played much better defense than anybody wants to give him credit for. Y'all gotta eventually put some respect on this kid's name. He's an all-star caliber player, and 15 feet out from 15 and in, you can't guard him. Last night, absolutely great. Shout out to two guys though, Jose Alvarado, who obviously we give we show a lot of love because of his story, and Trey Murphy, two rookies who absolutely played huge minutes down the stretch for New Orleans. And before people start saying, they start not giving BI credit, also remember that my man did not do his job down the stretch. Chris Paul didn't get his team across the finish line. I know Devin Booker got his team across the finish line 85% of the time with Chris Paul out the lineup. All they asked Chris Paul to do was be great for 24 minutes and get this team across the finish line. He couldn't do that. This is just another reason why Phoenix will not make the finals. But again, that's all I really have.
I guess I say it was a shocker because when we did this show with Saturday on the cast, appreciate everyone who joined that Saturday show, said the Pels would get 2 games. I just thought they'd both come at home. They show that they can win in Phoenix, but let's get into today's plays. Sosa, you're coming off an easy, clean win in the Premier League yesterday, with Liverpool clearing that team total over 2.5 at plus 120. You liking anything on the board today? You got your favorite teams, your second favorite team, City up there, your third favorite team, Chelsea up there. Anything you're going in either of those matches? Are you staying clear away from soccer today and you're just focusing on MLB?
No footy action from me. Just here for whatever you're betting.
You're not running it back? I know that makes some people sad.
No.
All right. Keep it clean and simple. Then we'll get into the MLB. I'm just going to be rocking with the over 2.5 at minus 110 between Everton and Leicester City. Historically, in this match, both teams have gone on the score sheet. And when it hasn't been in the covert range, it's gone to 3 goals minimum of the times. Everton's the hungry squad here at home. I do think Leicester gets on the board. So I do think potentially Everton, as bad as they are, they're the favorites here slightly. But I do think we get 3. So I'm going to take the over 2.5 at minus 110. Let's get to the MLB.
Let's get it. In baseball today, we're bouncing back from that just absolutely brutal Murphy loss yesterday. And the first bet we're going to go with is no runs first inning. Cleveland Guardians, Chicago White Sox. Game 2, not game 1. Game 2, Tristan McKenzie. He's our guy. He's going to get us 3 outs. And let me see the second guy. Who's the second starter in that game is Lambert from Chicago. Again, Stickman is a friend of the show. 2 middle of the pack pitchers. The first game will screw everybody over because that one will probably have runs in the first inning. First play of the game, no runs first inning. Guardians, White Sox, game 2, minus 120.
Ooh, now holding back right up from the start. And you're saying Beavers game, there's going to be a run in it. I like it.
Yes, sir. I only have, like I said, I only got a couple plays for baseball. The second play I love comes in the Atlanta Braves, Los Angeles Dodgers game. Obviously, Dodgers got stifled last night. Max Fried looked like fucking Satchel Paige. It was outrageous. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to go the complete contrarian route. The number for the over is listed at over 8.5. We're going to go with the over today. Coming off an under and coming off a just an absolutely putrid hitting performance, I expect the Dodgers to come out here. It's a noon start at Dodger Stadium, and I think the bats are hot from start to finish. I think this game goes over 8.5. Atlanta Braves, Los Angeles Dodgers, over 8.5 at -115.
I really like that look there, especially since the Dodgers are 7-2 against righties. They're averaging 6 runs per game, which is over their average. Your only concerning factor could be here is with the Braves. They've played 4 day games so far. They're hitting 187 in these day games and only averaging 2.5 runs. So they haven't been waking up early.
The Dodgers are going to fuck around and score 9 by themselves, so it won't be a problem.
Yeah, and then that's just also where they've had better success against lefties so far this season than they have against righties. Gosselin hasn't faced them more, and obviously faced them last season in the playoffs on top of the regular season. You want to hear some of the grossest stats of 2 pitchers facing each other, so it just kind of makes me want to go with the over 9 in the Blue Jays versus the Red Sox game, because you have Jose Barrios, who is 0-5 starting against Boston with a 4.43 ERA, and then you have Pivetta, who is 3-4 against Boston with a 5.77 ERA. Just doesn't seem like a recipe for success here for the under.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I actually have a prop. I have a prop play in that one.
What do you got?
That is it's JD Martinez over 2+ total bases at -105. Love the matchup, and I just Toronto. In order for them to beat you, they're going to have to score runs because their pitching falls apart crazy.
Yesterday's game was 2-1. They had 13 guys left on base. I mean, I was looking just even for the Toronto team total here because Pivetta, he was in Brubacher territory, who thank you to Brubacher, now 3-0, taking the team total against him this season. Doubled up yesterday, so we love that day. Pivetta isn't in that spot yet, but the over 9 at -110, I'll lock that in.
Yes, sir. And I only have one more look for tonight in baseball, and that comes, or it's not tonight, it's at 3:11 start time. Philadelphia Phillies versus the Colorado Rockies, over 10.5 total runs. Lots of offense, bad bullpens. That's where we're at.
Eflin gets smoked. I don't want to run through more stats on that one, but he does not like facing Colorado. Here's a gross one. I don't want to do it. Do we have to start giving the Mets somewhat respect, or is it just early in the year and this is what they usually do and they'll have their mid-season July-June collapse? Or is this team actually might be for real?
You're a Phillies fan, so I don't expect you to be nice about them at all.
I mean, when you're 9-3 and winning the games that they have, and I mean, they own the Phillies, they couldn't sweep them, and they've just been owning these series. They're falling off of the sweeps to a bit but they've won every series so far. That's kind of just where, sure, it came against the bottom so far. 2 straight against San Francisco, 3 straight overall, and you're making them home dogs with Rodon on the mound.
Hold on, man. This is what happens when they drop breaking news in the fucking.
What happened?
Debo really did ask for a trade. Like, he's asked the 49ers to trade him. Like, that's real news. Like, but Roddy's not just in here talking shit. Wow.
All right. That's the sign to never say nice things about the Mets again, because that's what happened.
It is what
You're not fading Feedy today?
I beg your pardon?
You're not fading your man Feedy?
No, staying away. Not really. You can't really trust nothing with Washington, man, so I'm good.
What about potential weird angle here? A lot of New York love today. I don't know why. The Yanks team total because they're facing Erod.
Wouldn't touch it because the Yanks bats have been very quiet. So no.
All right.
Mm-mm.
You just want to talk about the NBA slate tonight because it's beautiful. I just want to keep teasing you. Let's talk Baltimore, Oakland, because they had 3,000 fans there last night.
Yeah, that game, I would much rather not talk about them because I don't like talking about them is worse than going to the games. The fucking worst baseball you're gonna get all year.
Dude, you were watching it the other night, like sweating the bases loaded in the top 9.
And the bases were loaded. Like, what
Let's get into the NBA. Make sure to give today's episode a like, a retweet, a subscribe. We're live on Twitter. We're live on YouTube. We appreciate everyone there. We got through the Premier League. We got through the MLB. Now we'll be talking the playoffs. We'll save the Sixers game for last. So let's start with the Celtics Nets.
I'm going to keep it simple. Celtics win and cover, -3.5. Bet it confidently. And I love Kyrie and KD, but you guys keep betting on them, and they're going to ball. But it's the other guys I don't trust. That's why they're rushing Ben Simmons back, because they know they don't have enough to beat this team. I don't put any stock into what I saw from the Nets. They needed Kyrie to go nuclear, absolutely nuclear, in the fourth quarter for them to win the game, or for them to be in it at the end. Obviously, it's real easy for the KD sexuals and people who love Kyrie and KD to bet on them, and that's fine. Kyrie went nuclear in the fourth quarter. That's fine too. I'm rocking with the Boston Celtics -3.5. Cash me out.
No player props, just
Deebo Samuel to the Eagles?
No way.
What?
Don't do that to me. Someone in the chat would have said that. I don't trust Sosa.
No, that's like one of my best friends just texted me like, I'm like, no, dude.
Is out. I got you for 13 more minutes, Sosa, then you can go running and screaming about Devo on Spaces. Is Al Horford gonna be back to primetime Al Horford? Because he was one of the players that kind of changed the momentum in that game. And in the first half, when it really wasn't going for the Celtics offense, he was kind of the one that picked it up when it was just being gross. And then we saw in the fourth quarter was that the Celtics started 2 for 12, and it let the Nets right back in that game. The Celtics got the too much ISO ball there, in my opinion.
Hey, I know I saw Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown both shoot 50%, and it'd be a one possession game at the end. I'm not banking on Kyrie going absolutely nuclear in the fourth.
Even after all his antics and how much he said and got fined like a penny.
Boston might fuck around and beat the shit out of them tonight.
Yeah.
They'll get one in Brooklyn, but they're not. This team's not good. I stand on that. They're not good. So they're not a good team. They got two great players. They're not a great team. And that's where I'm at with things.
The angle that I like the most here and is Durant over 2.5 threes at +125.
I like it. He's going to get
just with the plus price. That'll be my prop for this game.
All right.
Let's get to what's up.
I'm not touching props on this one. I think we all know who to target. I just don't know. The game script could be very interesting. And then also the way the game's officiated is very important. That's all.
Yep. Shout out to Leslie. Great point there. Let's get to the 10-point spread. Do the Bucks just beat them down this time? Because DeMar couldn't get anything going.
I mean, DeMar couldn't get anything. Like their three best players couldn't get anything going. But if we watch historically, that was Chicago's opportunity to get a game, because Milwaukee plays bad in game one, and then they play well the rest of series. They always play badly in game one. So I'm on Milwaukee to cover the 10. Milwaukee -10, -110. That's simple for me. Giannis 30 in a win.
See, this is the game.
Hold on real quick. Jrue Holiday's rebounds and assists. That as well. Combined, that's going to hit.
Yeah, that's my only concern for this game is I would be on laying the 10 as well, and that's where I would want to stay away from the 30-plus win and other aspects like that, because the fourth quarter, I could see the Bucks basically just chilling, letting Bembry maybe get some minutes in the playoffs. No. Bembry would they have to be up a lot to get them there. Last game of the day, we had to save it. How did this game get NBA TV?
Ain't nothing to see. The Raptors stink. Don't nobody want to watch them bum ass motherfuckers. They stink. They're not good. They can't guard us. It's pretty simple. It's going to be the least entertaining of the 3 games.
That's really, and it's the shortest price you can get on the Sixers. Their money line sitting out there at like a -120 to a -125 spot. You got the Raptors money line that's getting close to that even mark at this point. So that's kind of where the books are showing Toronto a lot of respect back home.
Yeah, we're going to go with the Sixers on the money line, and we're going to bet the game to go over 217. If Toronto is going to beat us, it's going to be an expectation that the Sixers just start throwing up bricks. My thing is that from the perimeter, like, we heard all about length and all these defenders that they have. Like, these guards for Toronto aren't good at guarding people. Like, Fred VanVleet can't guard anyone. Neither can Gary Trent Jr. So, and then, like, they have no 7-footers to go up against the most dominant force the game has seen since Shaquille O'Neal. And you guys keep lying and telling me different. Like, the eye test tells you everything you need to see. They're at a direct disadvantage because they're not as talented as the team they're playing. Like, the coach could scheme it up. If you don't have the athletes to execute it, then it's not going to happen. So it sounds good to say whatever you want about Toronto, but no Scotty Barnes. They don't have any bigs. Embiid has had one good half thus far, and Tyrese Maxey can't be guarded. I like the Sixers going away here tonight. They're obviously my team, but it's just everything says 76ers tonight for me. 76ers on the money line. I think Toronto fights. I think it's probably the most competitive game thus far. I think the Sixers win tonight, and I think Toronto also I think Toronto's best chance to win in Game 4. I also like to say something real quick about the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors, in the history of their franchise, have never won a series they were down 0-2 ever, except for the 1 year they had Kawhi Leonard in the history of their franchise. So if you still think that Toronto is going to win this series, just shut the fuck up forever. Because unless Kawhi Leonard's playing on that team, they don't have a snowflake's chance in a house fire in Chicago of coming back and winning this series. It's that simple.
I think you said it right, where the Raptors, if they're going to get a game, is going to be 4 because it's Embiid's first game back since the shot, yada, yada, there. I think he goes off once again.
Absolutely.
And establishes his dominance from the first quarter once again. And that's kind of just where, even though Maxey had that slow first half, that's where in the third quarter, even though they were up 15 at half, he's the one that flipped the switch with the way he can get out in the fast break. And the one thing in Maxey's game that he highlighted the last one, where is he can go at the rim to almost anybody, and then the floater he had in transition the one time when the dude was trying to grab the charge. Those little things in his game is what's bringing it to the next level. And I don't know if it was Doc or Harden or who told Maxey what at halftime to just go out and ball. And he just has to kind of start playing as the number one out there, because Harden's just been hitting everyone in the perfect shooting pocket for him. And if Maxey can just get more accurate with the pass, he's going to be able to take it to the next level here. But I would target Embiid, and I'm not Danny Green. I think he goes ice cold tonight. That's like my bold prediction is I think he has one of his track games where you see the 0-0-0-0 in 20 minutes. I have a feeling that one's showing up tonight.
Not touching any of Danny Green's stuff. I just Harden assist, Joel's points, Maxey's points, Siakam's points. And I think Gary Trent probably plays well tonight, but if he's 100%, but it's just they don't got the personnel, man. Like, just can we be just honest here? They just don't got the guys. That's simple. They just don't got the guys. Nothing wrong with that. I hope y'all get to keep Nick Nurse. I hope you don't leave to go to the Lakers. But this season's over. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. That's coming, man. That's really all I got in regards to Toronto. Like I love Nick Nurse. I love what they're building. I like the culture. Fuck all that bullshit. They finna get smoked.
And it's not having Marc Gasol there. You are saying it's Kawhi, which is 100% a fact. I'm still going to say what I said Saturday. It's not having someone that can even just attempt to body Embiid. They can complain about the fouls all they want, but I mean, he's just getting his spot in the paint, and they're just making silly contact, and it's weak. Either hit him or don't hit him. It's as simple as that. If you know the refs are going to call that ticky-tack shit.
Well, my thing is this: how you play defense without fouling someone you can't guard?
Well, the thing is, they're allowing him to get the advantageous spot in the post every time he catches it. And the few times that he's catching it off the dribble, he's still drawing the contact. So that's just where Gasol was able to push him out in that awkward spot between facing up right before the three and not being able to get that block spot and making him play in that low middle wing area. That's what Gasol was doing. He was owning Embiid all the time. It was the most difficult thing to watch, and they just don't have that player there, which makes the Sixers offense go a completely different style. But if Embiid's hitting fadeaway threes from the corner, you ain't stopping shit.
There's nothing they can do. Like talent wins out 9 out of 10 times in the NBA. This Toronto team is just not talented enough to win, to beat this team 4 times out of 7. It's not happening. It's not happening. They don't have the personnel.
Well, you have Premier League plays. You had the MLB and King Sosa back with the Nerfies. You know, if yesterday was the 0-1, he's coming back and stealing it all. And then the NBA player props, spreads, totals. We got you covered every angle today. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. We'll be back at you live tomorrow.